Betul. afternoon, everyone. So sorry for the delay. So in the morning session, we have been discussing about this complete idea on how the transaction is happening, that is through blockchain. And generally, what happens when it is kind of when you are trying to play it as an application. That's what we saw, right? And we have been discussing about smart contracts, solidity, all those things. So now I'll give you some basic idea on how you have to start, where you have to start, and what are the tools for this smart contract. See, for learning solidity, you have materials. I mean, like you have usual resources to learn this solidity thing. If you are like kind of wanting to understand how we have to use this solidity part, there are two tools. One, you can go with the Remix IDE. Another one, you can go with Hardhat. So these two are the major tools that currently we are using in the development process. When you talk about Remix, you can see this is the Remix tool for writing your smart contract answer. Even you can write your contract through Visual Studio Code. If you are very much familiar about Visual Studio Code, you can go with Visual Studio Code and you can write the contract in that by following certain installation steps. If you feel that I don't want to install anything, I just wanted to learn about Solidity and I wanted to know how it works. See, you need to understand one thing. Solidity is the major language for writing contracts, smart contract in Ethereum blockchain. Now, I'm not saying for all the blockchains. Only for Ethereum blockchain, you will be writing the contract through Solidity. The contract will be written through Rust programming. Okay, so make sure that whatever blockchain that you are planning to use, and then the blockchain essentially you have got certain programming languages. That programming languages you have to use it. But all the programming languages, end of the day, it will be writing. It will be creating a contract for us, and that contract will be deployed in the mainnet. And the mainnet is nothing but your Ethereum or Solana. And for deploying it in the mainnet, you need to pay the gas fees. So on the gas fees, pay contract, if you deploy it in the mainnet, after that you can't change it. That's for all. If you feel that you wanted to do certain things in the contract, you feel that, okay, I want to change some number, I want to change certain things now. Again, you have to redeploy it. Again, you have to upload it in the mainnet. Again, you have to use the gas fees for it. And over gas fees, it depends upon the code. The code and correct gas fees will be lesser. Code ரொம்ப complicated gas fees will be higher. As a developer, the gas fees will be kind of charged through from your client only. The client has to pay the gas fees. So every time it is not possible for you to ask the client, give me 35,000 for uploading the contract. The contract, if you're planning to upload it in the mainnet, the current Ether price, current Ethereum network, and the Ethereum order index price and other based on your gas fees will be included. So we have to be very careful when we are planning to upload it in the mainnet. So mainnet always it is not possible. So we are going to deal with the testnet. Testnet is something where developers will be testing all the information. When everything is right, when you show it, when you can show it to your client, you can get the approval. When everything is right, then you can deploy it in the mainnet. Okay. So what is this? This is the Remix IDE. Now, Sonamadri, if you feel like I don't want to install anything, because installation will be like kind of several different hours it will take. Your entire Ethereum client, you have to install it. You have to install Truffle, you have to install Ganesh, you have to install Get. So many things are there in that. So we will see it as a different one. But as of now, for practicing, you can go with Remix. So what is this Remix, Dina? It's an IDE. It's an online IDE. You can directly use it. This browser will be there. You have to write the code in that. So here you can see something. You're able to see? Yeah. So this is the entire area for your Remix IDE. So the one you can see here, this part, it's a file explorer for your IDE. The contracting, this is contract, and the language what we are using is here a Solidity programming language. So very easy, the same type of data types. I think you are all somewhere related to computer science, right? So computer applications or something related to BCom, CA, and other things. So anyhow, you might be having a knowledge on writing a code. So basically what a code will be having: data types, variables, arrays, enumerator, structure, function, constructor, inheritance, all those concepts will be there. The only thing is you have to understand the syntax. Repeated usage of all these things, you will be getting it to, you will be able to work on it. It's not kind of an rocket science. It's kind of very simple, very easy. You have to put your hard work. You have to dedicatedly, you have to put your time in that. Okay, at least for the 5 hours, 6 hours, maximum you keep it as 10 hours. 10 hours, you'll be able to learn this language very easily. Okay, so what happens here? This is where the workspace is. You can create n number of workspace. In the workspace, already you can see DX, contracts, scripts, artifacts, and it's already created. So that's why we are saying that you can use remix and so on. In a remix, there is no need for you to install anything. Everything is installed. If a remix use I will be using my own local client, then you have to create your installation steps separately. So for learning, you can go here. So you can see this one, pragma, solidity. It's a syntax. This is all syntax. The compiler or version is, and this is a hello world program, just for simple understanding and things. Always your code starts with the contract. Smart contract. We are writing the contract, right? So you have to start with the contract, and the contract will have all the details. Data types, variables, it will be having all the functions, and it will be like kind of going on with the certain other usages also. Yeah. So here on the top, you can see you can create number of workspaces. In here, you can see you can create your own Solidity file. Solidity file will be having an extension called SOL. But in the Solidity is going to be used in Ethereum and Ethereum based applications. EVM, Ethereum and EVM based application, EVM based chains. There are a lot of blockchains that are connected with Ethereum. See, Ethereum is one main blockchain. Through that main blockchain, many other blockchain networks have been created. Polygon is a layer 2 protocol of Ethereum. Polygon is an Indian-based blockchain. You would have heard Matic and the token which they would be doing it. So the same way, Avalanche. Avalanche is also kind of an Ethereum-based blockchain, but as on the EVM, Ethereum virtual machine solution. So what is the use of it? The main network is Ethereum. From that main network, a layer 2, a side network is being created, which we call it as Avalanche, or that is a different blockchain. But they are also going to use Solidity now, because they are taking up the Ethereum concept. Mainly, they are taking out from the Ethereum concept. Even Solana and Solana network, they are not taking it from Ethereum. They are creating a different network. So their programming language is different. So Ethereum or Ethereum-based network, you can use Remix itself. Apart from that, there is one more tool which we call it as Hard Hat. Hard Hat is also another tool, but this is not an online IDE. You have to download this. You have to follow the steps through command prompt. You have to follow through your terminal. You have to follow the steps and you have to install it. So this is also one of the tool for writing your code. And when you come over here, you can see Pragma, Solidity, Contract, other details. If I want to execute it, so here you can see that compile compile hello.sol. On top, you can see the compiler details, and I'm clicking on here. So if I click on the kaprama, you can see there is no error coming up. Everything is working fine. And now I'll go here. I'll check. Can you see? Can you see that on the top? You will be able to see here. This is the provider. So we are connected in testnet. So testnet is one the providers whatever they are doing on the provider stuff, and you won't be able to change it. And here you can see the account. Account is, as I told, everything is dealing with your address. Now, first case on the Madri, every contract will be having an address, one thing. And apart from that, every single person will be dealing with your own address. You are the one who is going to deploy it. You have to give your address over here. And account address once when you try to connect this particular provider, your account will be created. And it's a dummy account. Our Remix ID itself has given that account. So you can see a lot of accounts already with 100 ethers are there. Testnet ethers. As I said, we are not going to use any mainnet, because main deployment, you have to pay with real money. Real ethers la gas fees pay panna mudiyum. We don't want to do that. So already some ethers have been provided by the Remix ID itself. You can take any address that you want. That is up to our wish. So initially we are connecting with this one. So we'll go with this. And then gas limit, highest gas limiter we have provided. We are not provided. The ID itself has been provided with that. Then you can see deploy or option irukku. And apart from that, you can see all these things. So every time you are deploying it, so the contract, whatever you are writing, the contract has got simple or function irukku. And then apart from that, you have a string called greet, another one you call, another one variable called num. So all these things will be deployed when you currently deploy it in your network. So if you knowledge functions add panninga, those things also will be getting deployed. Okay, whatever functions, whatever variables you are going to deal with it, everything will be deployed over here. So when I try to click deploy, the deploy option click panna, can you see in the bottom? Something is coming, right? So whenever you try to deploy it, you will be able to see something. See, this green color one will come. So when I try to deploy, whether it is deployed correctly or not. So let me close all these things. So I will try to delete all those things. Okay, right now, nothing is here. Deploy contracts. Now I try to deploy it. Let me try to deploy. Can you see something has been deployed? Yeah, some address is there. So this will say easily that whether your contract is deployed properly or not. Every time when you try to click deploy, address deploy address will be changing. So this address, okay, let me click on this. So you can see what is there? Simple, greet, num. What are those simple, greet and num? They are the variables and functions of your contract. So evlo functions evlo variables all these things is going to be placed in this part. Okay. So here already I have given greet welcome to Solidity Programming. I have given. So when I click greet over here, let us see whether we are getting it. So yeah, we got it. Welcome to Solidity Programming. And every time when something is happening, a green color transaction is kind of giving us an idea that yeah, it's successfully deployed. Okay, then num. Already I have given what is num, and the num order value 456 something, and you'll be able to see 456 also. And simple nothing is happening in simple. A value of A is equal to 300 but it is not going to be deployed. Why? This function is not having any interaction with the other details. So this function is a dummy function over here. And there is no possibility for us to get the A value as 300. So it is not going to be deployed in the blockchain. Blockchain to deploy greet deploy num deploy. If your function, if you are trying to have some kind of connection or integration, something like that, if you are having, then that will be included in the blockchain. If by the blockchain, okay, fine. Now, how am I supposed to see? How am I supposed to check whether the transaction has happened or not? Now, every single network as Ethereum or Solana or whatever network, everything is having a public chain, right? It's a public blockchain. And every single transaction can be viewed. So where will we go and view? If our bank account we can test that. We can see our transaction using our passbook or else a mini statement. Some statement of account we can see all the transactions. So now I'm saying it is a public blockchain and my contract has been deployed. Where am I supposed to see this? So we have something called Etherscan. Etherscan in the Ethereum. For Ethereum, we have a concept called Etherscan. If it is like Solana, you will be going on with SolScan. So every single network has its own explorer or scanning concept. Okay, let us see what happens in the Etherscan. Yeah, so here, this is what we call it as Etherscan. It is testnet. The same way this is Linkybay testnet. This is Linkybay testnet explorer because we are dealing with testnet. Even if you are dealing with mainnet, then you have to go for Etherscan. Separate Etherscan is there. You can say like Google, you can type Etherscan. Yeah, Etherscan. So this Etherscan is going to be looking similar to that of your testnet, right? Linkybay Etherscan, your original Etherscan is also like that. And what is the difference here? If you are dealing with original money, if you are dealing with original Ethers for gas price, you can view here. But number contractor, where we are deploying it? We are deploying it in the test net. So test net means we are not going to use the gas fee. So we are not going to connect with the gas fees information. So automatically what happens, we have to test it using our testnet EtherScan. So here you will be getting somewhere you can put your address. So let us go and get our address over here. So you can see the address is over here and there is a copy symbol. Copy it, go here to your test scan. Here we are checking it whether whatever we have given is correct or not. So you place enter. See, these many transactions I have done. See, these many things. Whenever I click that simple, whenever I click that greet, whenever I click that num, something was happening and it was showing me what happens over here. So the last transaction for that particular thing happened 7 hours 23 minutes ago. So likewise, the current one will be in the bottom. The most last, the last used one will be like kind of in the top, which will be mentioning about how many ethers, whether you have placed any ethers to that. All the transaction information will be provided over here. This is like that of your bank statement, wherein you can easily identify what my transaction has happened for that particular address. Okay, so this is what is the balance, what is the token, and what are all the values, what is the transaction fee, everything will be happening over here. Okay, so this is just for an idea. We are saying, like if you are using this Remix IDE, you can deal with your smart contract in this way. But at the same time, how is it possible for us to connect it in a regular method? Like I don't want to go with any used accounts. I want to have my own account from the wallet. So that means you need to see, you have to think about this whenever you are trying to use certain Solidity programming or smart contract. You should have MetaMask. MetaMask is a wallet. It's a decentralized wallet used for the Ethereum or EVM based blockchain part. It's a wallet. The wallet is something you can download it. You can download it for your own mobile applications, as well as you can download it in your extensions, Chrome or Mozilla Firefox or Opera, whatever it is. In the browser is on the browser, you can take this MetaMask. So MetaMask, can you see something over here on the top, right hand side? Can you see that? If you download and if you place it, you will be getting this fox symbol on top of your address bar. Okay, nearby that, you will be getting it. So if I click on it will open. It will ask me to put the password and it will ask me to enter inside. See, this is the wallet. This wallet, you can use it to store your cryptos. It's not a dummy wallet. You can have it for your, using it for your cryptos. You can have this wallet. You can share this address. On the top, can you say, right now, I am using Reiki test network. Test network, you are not supposed to transfer anything. You won't get any real money out of it. But you can convert it into Ethernet main Ethernet. So you can transfer it. See, Ethereum mainnet is there. You can convert it. You can check that one. Ethereum mainnet is there. And there will be an address for this. With this Ethereum main network, you can share this address to someone else and you can ask them to transfer Ether, or you can ask them to transfer any other cryptocurrencies. Got it? Can you understand? So, suppose it is compulsory. You need that. What is the purpose of this one? So the main purpose, whenever you try to create an application, as I said, your smart contract is going to be the logic of your application. That's all. But what about your front end? What about your back end? The front end should be there. That's a UI. So this front end will be having all the information for whatever the application is going to use. And since you are dealing with cryptocurrencies or tokens, you need to have MetaMask for that. That's why we call it as a decentralized application. Or else you can call it as a Web 3.0. You have been hearing about this technology, Web 3.0, right? Web 3 or Web 3.0. If you have heard, what is this Web 3 or 3.0 is? Every single website or every single application is going to ask you to connect it through wallet. Web 2.0. Right now, all the website is having social media login, right? If you want to enter into it, either if you have a Facebook account, Instagram account, Twitter or LinkedIn account, automatically you can enter into the site. So for that, you have to create a social media login. From now on, when you talk about decentralized application or when you talk about Web3, you are not going to use any social media login. Instead, you will be asking people to log in through their wallet address. That wallet is going to be the authenticated one. Or a person wallet, you can have a number of wallets, that is not a problem, but you will be able to connect with only one wallet at a time. And for that, several KYC authentication, so many processes are there to identify it. In the Madri MetaMask also, you can have it. You can have Trust Wallet also. Trust Wallet is something, a decentralized wallet, which can hold many other cryptocurrencies, or it can be used for many other transactions also. But programming point of view, we are using MetaMask as a major wallet. Okay, fine. So how is it helping us? So let us take an example here. So here, see, again, one more thing. If you feel like you won't be able to work with Visual Studio Code, front end, you can use Replit. Replit or ID, online ID, like Remix. Everything, every single thing will be created for you. You have to write the code alone. This is the front end code. The code it is going to check whether the wallet is connected or not. So let us see this. So this is completely done through Web3 smart contract using Ethereum blockchain testnet. So this is a simple program. So first, initially, we are planning to connect the wallet. This is how it works. Connect wallet and so on, it will go here and it will ask me to connect the wallet. So I'm kind of connecting the wallet. Yeah, wallet is connected. Since wallet is connected, the wallet button is gone. Connect wallet and the concept is now I'll be like kind of clicking on this one. If I click this one, automatically some transaction will be happening. So if I try to click, let us open this. Go for inspect. Yeah, you will be able to see what is happening over here. So now you can see when we are trying to click the wave.me, whatever it is. So in the particular button, if we are clicking, we have not written anything in this right now. Only for Connect Wallet, we have written a code. So that Connect Wallet code is there in the front end. So on the Connect Wallet the Firefox has got open, I'm sorry, that MetaMask got open and we kind of got connected. Because when a wallet, somebody is not having any wallet. So what happens in that case? So the same thing, I'm kind of copying it and placing it in another one incognito window. So here, something is going to be like kind of, I'm not having any wallet here. This is not having a wallet. On the top, if you see, MetaMask wallet is not there. So when MetaMask wallet is not there, at that time, it has to give you an option saying, please connect the wallet. Please connect the wallet in the concept, it has to give. So every time when you try to create an application, make sure that your application is going to support the connect wallet option. And later on, you can do all sorts of other logics. So get MetaMask. So these types of codes have been written in this previous Replit in the ID 11, we have written the code. So let me, so here in this one, you can see what happens. See, we have created and we are writing a code saying that we have to request the account and we have to find whether the account is authorized. And if no authorized account is found, then we have to say like you have to get the MetaMask. So likewise, these codes are written in front end. And there is a contract for that wave, when you say wave at me, this one, we have to write it as a contract. The connect wallet in is a front end code where you are trying to connect the wallet using the front end option. And the wave at me, you have to write a contract. That is your logic. You can write anything related to that. If you want that button, when it is clicked, when this button is clicked, automatically a pop-up box can open and it can say like, hi, hello, how are you, something. Or if you, again, when you click another one, again, if you try to click on this button again, then another one pop-up will be arising with certain other details. So that logic is something you have to write it in the contract. And the contract, you can use Remix, or else you can use your Visual Studio Code, or else you can use your hard hat. So on the contract, whatever you are creating, so here you can see some address over here. So the contract will be having some address. Can you see this address? So whatever contract you are writing, that contract will be deployed in certain address. Take that address, place it in the front end. At the same time, every contract, when it is getting deployed, it will be creating a JSON file. Take the JSON file, place it in this utility folder. So now your smart contract got integrated with your front end. So once after the meta JSON, as well as the contract, when it is getting connected, automatically you will be able to deploy it in the mainnet. So in the address, whatever mainnet or testnet, whatever it is. So this address is something you will be taking it. Again, you will be going to your etestnet. You will place that address over here, and you will be seeing whether transaction has been happening it or not. This is the steps that happens not only for Ethereum, for all the network. Okay, so it's a kind of an lengthier process. Contract either work, you have to take out the contract address and you have to provide the JSON file to the front end developer. See, here there are many things. You can become a front end developer, blockchain front end developer, blockchain back end developer, or else you can become a full stack blockchain developer, or else you can become a just blockchain developer alone. If you are becoming a blockchain developer alone, then no need to think about this front and back end and all. But you have to be very, very sure that you will be providing them the important details, the contract address, your JSON data, everything you have to provide it to your front end guy. Then only the person will be able to connect that, integrate it, and then they will be executing it. Got it? So this is how it works. Right? Now, you'll be thinking, how am I supposed to get the test ethers? Where can I get? Because test ethers are very important. So you can get it through Rinky Bay Faucet. There is something called Rinky Bay Faucet. Tested ethers will be provided here. For every one minute or 2 minutes, I think so, you will be getting it. So go here, go to your, see, you can see here, I'm in mainnet now. I'll go with Rinky Bay test network. So Rinky Bay ETH, I have this much ETH. I mean, test thing is there. So now, can you see your address? This is the main public address. So I'll copy this. That's a wallet address also. I'll paste it over here and then send me ETH. Yeah. So your transaction, my transaction has happened. And then you'll be able to receive the ETH in few seconds. It depends upon. So right now it's not done. It will take some time. So likewise, you can get your test ethers, and there is no restriction for that. You can get how many ethers you want, you can get. If you want to go with original ethers, then you have to go to any exchange and you have to buy the Ethereum or for real money. Okay? Got it? Can you understand this part? Yeah, fine. So basically, when you understand blockchain, these are the things that you have to come, you have to be aware of it. And the most important thing in this is, okay. So knowing about blockchain on the surface level, it's fine. But where these blockchains are used mainly. So either you can create your own blockchain, as I said, or else you can create n number of decentralized applications. N number of decentralized applications means what are the domains in which I can develop it. So you will be coming across this concept called NFT. You might have heard NFT on various ways, right? NFT, non-fungible tokens. People were selling art. People were selling, you might have heard about a lot of images sold through NFTs. And many people made millions and millions of dollars out of it. It's basically NFT means it's non-fungible token. And why that is used and how it is used is something we have to understand, because this is also coming under blockchain. And the most important thing is that this NFT is not restricted to certain concepts alone, only artwork or only music or only video. No, it's not restricted to that. It has way more concepts than what we are thinking. So let us understand what is, let us understand what so what are NFTs? what is the difference between fungible, non-fungible, how NFT works, and what are the pros and cons. So first let us understand what is a fungible token. Fungible token is something what we have it now. Okay, like for example, you have 10 rupees and this 10 rupees can be divided into 2 5 rupees or 1 4 rupee, 1 6 rupee or 1 9 rupee, 1 rupee or 10 1 rupees can also be coming as 10 rupees, right? Is there any possibility to say 10 rupees is equivalent to 100 rupees? No, that's not possible, right? So fungible means the value is fixed. You have a value for certain things and that value is always fixed. What is non-fungible then? Non-fungible means today the value is 10 rupees and 2 days later the value may be 100 rupees. Or today the value is 100 rupees and after a month its value becomes 5 rupees. So that we call it as non-fungible token. So what is this non-fungible token or how this is going to be affecting the entire concept of blockchain? See, when you talk about tokens, we have a token name called ERC20. That ERC20 token only we are converting it as cryptocurrencies. So initially on our blockchain, anything, whatever it is you wanted to create, whatever it is you wanted to do it as an application, whether it is DeFi, whether it is NFT, whether it is DAO, or even if you wanted to create your own coin under your own name, KPR institution your coin release pannanga, you have to create it using ERC20, and that will be calling it as token. We won't be calling it as cryptocurrency. So for that part, I'll come later. But understanding non-fungible token is it is going to claim. I mean, we can claim ownership of it. So what is that? Claiming ownership means. So let us take an example. You are having a certificate. And that certificate is like kind of provided by your institution. And this certificate you are trying to give it to somebody else for verification. So what happens here is that the certificate is yours or not. How will you know that? The other person has to know it, right? Whether the certificate is yours, whether it is the original one or it is a fake one, whether it is your own certificate or somebody else you are taking and you are bringing it. Many different ways are there to take a particular thing, right? So how is that going? I mean, how are you going to prove that this particular certificate is my certificate? Currently, there is nothing like you should have a seal, the hologram, those kinds of things you will be having. Apart from that, your date of birth, your name, all those things are the one. And more than that, you will have your photo also in that. So all those things are fine. But what if somebody is kind of faking the certificate or somebody is changing certain things? And how is that you are going to prove it? That is not possible, right, as of now. So if you are planning to keep it as a non-fungible token, you will be able to claim the ownership till the end because that is yours. How? You will be adding your address. You will be adding all the information related to it. Address, what address? Your MetaMask or your Trust wallet will be holding this digital asset. This is also a digital asset. So it can be a picture, it can be a video, it can be an audio, it can be a zip file, it can be a PDF. It can be a code also. Let us take you have a brilliant idea and you wanted to make it as an NFT and then you wanted to sell it. And somebody else is interested in that idea, they can get the NFTs by paying it to you, right? And that idea has been sold to somebody else. Somebody from you, somebody else has got, and from that person, someone has got it. So what happens here? The third person who is getting that particular idea, they will be paying the money. The commission will be shared by the original creator of that particular idea as well as the person who sold it to the other person. See, this is something like kind of your royalty concept. Think about in music industry or in movie industry or whatever it is. Let us take in music. Every musician, they can claim their royalty with the music that they have played, right? So a music when it is played in radio, when it is played in TV, when it is played somewhere else, every time when the person's music is played, certain amount of royalty will be provided to that singer or to that musician. The reason is right. The reason is mainly is copyright. The main thing is nobody will be like kind of trying to recreate that particular thing. So if you want to recreate it, get the rights from them and then recreate it. For that rights you have to pay it to them. So even if current technology, current industry, the current scenario, is it possible to do that? Even though we have n number of OTT platforms for streaming a lot of movies, still there are movies which is getting leaked online, right? Immediately when it is before getting released in the theater. So how are we going to rectify that? Somehow we understood that OTT wanda all these things will be stopped, but that doesn't stop those things. Before getting it released in the theater, anyways in OTT, after 15-20 days only it is getting released. Prior to getting released in the theater, people are seeing it in the online. I mean, by downloading it from various sources. So think if a director or if a producer is making it as an NFT, trying to make it as a the whole movie is they are going to make it as an NFT, or the teaser or the trailer or whatever it is, they are trying to make it as an NFT. To watch that NFT, the ownership will be claimed but from that particular person only, right? And if you are planning to watch it, every single watch, the person will be getting some passive income through that. Or if somebody is planning to get the movie and get distributing to somebody other person, then the royalty will be paid to the director or the producer. So the recent, I think you might have heard this, when Vikram movie got released, Kamala Hassan was he was introducing a Vikram NFT token. I don't know whether you have heard, but he has released it, not for the entire public, but for people those who are watching the shows on the first day, that is during the premiere. So he was selling Vikram NFTs through this blockchain technology. See, what is the use of this? Even after 100, I don't know whether you remember, in smaller, when we were kids, we used to play this card games, right? Not as paid on the card, not so. You collect some cricketers card, wrestlers card, and when you buy some biscuits or something, you will get a card, and they will say collect all 4 cards, and you will get another one gift through that. I don't know whether you have remembered, but when we were some 10 years before and all, it was there. People were very much, at that age, we were all very crazy to buy that card. Sachin Tendulkar cricket card will be there. All 4, if we collect, automatically you can go and give it to the shop, and they will be giving you 2-3 additional biscuits for that. And that may be anything. So the same way here also, NFTs, people are kind of collecting NFTs. For what? Today the value is 100. Couple of days later, it will become increased. So that increase, when it gets increased, you will sell it to somebody else. That person will buy it, and then for buying it, they will buy it, they will give 100 rupees for you, they will get it. But apart from that, there is something called commission. Or we will call it as royalty, because from you, somebody else have bought, they will be paying you that royalty. Even if the 100th person buys that NFT also, still you will be paid that commission. So think about MLM. Imagine that MLM concept, multi-level marketing. You add a few people, and if they add another few people, you will be getting that passive income, right? So that passive income was the first step why this NFT got very much popular. Even now, NFT is becoming popular because of the reason that you will be getting the income regularly on a regular basis. So in the technology is for it, they are doing it. This blockchain only, either Ethereum, using Ethereum, you can create your own NFTs. The token that we are using to create this NFT is ERC720. Fungible token, I'm sorry, for cryptocurrency, you are using ERC20. In NFT, you will be using ERC720, 721, 1155. So many different token contracts are there. These are all ERC in the Ethereum client. Okay, so that token, we are using it in these kinds of concepts. So the basic idea, core idea of NFT is this. But think about this. The entire education, now Korean University and all, they are giving certificate in NFT format. Why? Because the major thing is students won't lose it. One, they will have the claim with the certificate for lifelong. It is not possible for them to sell it. And entire history of the student will be able to find it in that NFT. Right from your school education till your work experience. So now, think for an example. Now, for example, I finish up this NFT concept. The main thing is general example. We will be So the first thing is, let us take this one. You are doing, I mean, you are in the final year and now you have to move to some company for placement. And when you are trying and approaching the company for placement, there are certain formats that has to be followed. Like there will be background verification. You have to undergo the background verification check where the company will be verifying your whole background, right from your schools, your marks, your professional, your personal details, your extracurricular details, everything they will be undergoing it. Apart from that, you will be having the details about, all the 4 semesters or 5 semesters, how many semesters you are having, all those mark details, everything they have to verify it. They have to ask your professors, or if it is a university, means they have to go through all the details. So this process is going to take around 3 months, sorry, at least 30 days, 1 month of time. One thing. Second thing, you think that you are planning to go abroad and you need to submit all your documents. And if you are planning to submit your documents, what happens here? You have to collect all your documents and then you have to send it to the university wherever you are applying, and that university will be finalizing whether it is a relevant degree or not, relevant thing that you have acquired or not. Otherwise, from world education system, you have to get a relevant degree, relevant grade mark sheets, and then you have to reapply it again. So here the process is very hectic and it takes a lot of time. So now think in NFT format. Now NFT means it's non-fungible token. It is a token. You can sell it. Certain things you can't sell it. Sell it in the sense artwork and all you can sell. Music you can sell. MP3 files, MP4, all those things you can. Will you be selling your own certificates? No, that's not possible, right? Because that's our certificate, we are going to hold it for rest of our career. So in this case, all your NFTs will be placed in your, it's a digital asset. This will be placed in your wallet. The wallet which I've been saying, MetaMask or Trust Wallet or any wallet, you can place your NFTs over there. So what happens here is that you have to create a ERC 721 token as a first step. And then you have to include all the requirements of your NFTs. That is, every single thing is going to be a contract. Who is going to access it? How much you are going to ask them to view it? So now your wallet will be having your entire history of your total profession. Total mark details, academic details, right from your school to your college, everything will be verified. Every person who is providing you, they will also include it in your wallet with your address. So when somebody else wants to view, even a placement officer wants to view or a placement of that particular company, if they want to view it, you can directly give your public address of that particular wallet. They'll be able to see the NFT. They can't change it. Just they can view it. They won't be able to change it and all. So they will view it. They will see all the information, whether it is right or wrong. Then once it is okay, then they will be providing you saying that, yeah, this person has been placed in this company. That will also be included in the NFT, in the token. Okay. So now what happens here is there is no need for us to wait for a longer time. One. Second thing, we won't be losing anything because we are not carrying any physical documents here. And this one is kind of going to be your ownership of yours. That is your certificate. You are going to claim the ownership of it. If somebody else wants to keep this wallet for some particular time, let us say somebody is putting a bond for 1 year or 2 years and they wanted you to place their tokens or NFT into their application, into their wallet, you can provide them, but under certain cost. Even you can charge them because that is your token and you are giving it to someone for a certain period of time. In that you can charge it also. So there are certain varieties of things which happens in NFT. It's not only for art, since it is a non-fungible token, the value of the token raises depending on the demand. For your certificate and all, there is, you can't claim any demand for that because that is your certificate. But apart from that, if it is a kind of an artwork or if it is a music, independent music, think about independent musicians. So they have an opportunity to put their music out to the world. Now, currently, with the help of this YouTube channel and all, a lot of people are creating their own ideas and they're bringing it to the world, right? Likewise, they can create their own tokens. They can create their own NFTs. They can upload it. They can sell it. So there are certain places where you can see this NFTs going. You can check out certain websites like Rarible, OpenSea. OpenSea is the main. So you can see OpenSea here. OpenSea is a marketplace where You can see creators, you can create NFT, you can explore it, and then you can even buy it also. You can buy and sell it. You can see lot of people coming up with many different NFT. So let us go inside test OpenSea. So instead of going with main OpenSea, because there are certain issues with that, OpenSea testnet we'll see. So if you click explore, you can see lot of collections. Can you see? Lot of people have got lot of collections. Sometimes you may be even feeling somewhat not logical. Like, why do people sell all these things? What is the reason? Why do they sell it? This art, does that mean anything? Like getting this can it give us some value? But you can see people selling lot of artworks like this. Not only artworks, anything like even your code. If you feel like you are writing a code and that code has to be distributed to many people, but that's a very special code that you have created, then you can sell that code also. People those who want to use the code, they can pay the money and they can use it. N number of users can buy it again and again, then they can use it. So the ownership will be one person, that is you. So if you see like yeah, on the top you can see art, collectibles, all those things. You in the main OpenSea also you'll be able to see this, but many different things will be there. If you take collectibles, you can see different works that have been done by many other people. So you can see here, you can see like what is the total volume, what is the floor price. It's all in ether. It's all in ether. The floor price is 0.6 ether. The best offer that he got for this one was 0.59. So maybe the artwork may not be giving you a particular value, but since it is a non-fungible token, right now the value is like this. But once the Ethereum price goes higher, the NFT value will also go higher, which will be giving you a higher way of earning passive income. So passive income in the sense, somebody else is buying and selling, you will get the royalty. Another person is buying and selling, still you will get it because you are also one of the owner of that NFT. Okay. So thinking NFT as an artwork, it can play a very big role in blockchain. So go through certain things whenever you get free time. You can see NFTs gaining a lot of traction on young people. Even person who posted selfie, he took selfie of himself and he posted it as NFT. That gained around like 1 billion. He sold around 1 billion and he gained around 1 billion, more than 1 billion or 10 billion, I think. So last year, before, last year, by end of December, it happened. So we may be thinking like selfie and all, how much it is going to be gaining value, but it did. People gain a lot of money using it. So think of NFT as one of the non-fungible token in the perspective of not only in artwork, but as a ownership. So it will be giving you a higher concept in that. Okay, so the next one, apart from NFT, is you will be going with DeFi. Yeah. Fine. So what is DeFi? This is another one major area. Morning itself, we have discussed about our banking technology. DeFi is nothing but decentralized finances. Not only your banks, your insurance, your mediclaim, your lending and borrowing, loan management, risk management, everything comes under decentralized finances. So what is decentralized finances? Decentralized means nobody is going to have any authority over it. It is completely covered by blockchain technology only. You can use it using Ethereum, Solana, any type of blockchain can come up with DeFi concept. Okay. So when you talk about DeFi, it's a form of finance run by financial institutions. Lot of banks, you can see like they have a concept of using it as a DeFi one. Why? Because why DeFi is very much popular means right now you know that bank is a centralized one. As I said in the morning, we don't know what is going to happen. See, I mean like the backend person who is kind of, you utilizing, know about all the transactions that is happening in the bank, they have the upper hand in changing details, right? They can change details. If the person sitting in the back end of the bank, okay, let us take for an example, HPFC is there. HPFC is having its own customers. They have their own main network, and all the transactions, withdrawal, deposit, everything, I am doing it through HPFC only. So in that case, I'm trying to send some money to one of my friends, and that friend is kind of friend to the back-end person who is sitting in HPFC's main system. So that friend of mine is wanting to make sure that that transaction hasn't happened. I mean, people can change, right? They can take revenge and they can say that the transaction didn't happen. So the friend of mine, as well as the main bank authority who is sitting in the centralized hub, if they are changing it, automatically the money that I have sent it to my friend, obviously it is going to be nil. No transaction has happened. That's how it is going to be shown. But honestly, the transaction has happened from my end, but it's not showing it over there. So how is it possible for us to understand? How is it possible for us to eliminate this process? And everywhere you can see, whenever you try to transfer certain things, every single transaction, we have to pay some transaction tax. I'm sorry, transaction or service fees, something like that. Not only in Amazon example I told, in everything, think your real estate. Take real estate concept. You want to buy a home or a land or whatever the property is, and obviously you will be looking for some kind of third-party person, mediator, right? Who will be negotiating things with the buyer and the seller. What happens here as a mediator? The mediator will be claiming some commissions, right? From the lender, from the buyer also he'll be claiming, from the seller also he'll be claiming. So if the property's value is around 12 lakhs, obviously it is going to be either like we have to give 2 lakhs to that person as a commission. So generally we will be having only 10 lakhs, or else the value will be like 15 lakhs. From that, you will be giving 2 lakhs over here on the registration cost and other things that you have to pay to the government officials. So many things are there, wherein all the intermediaries will be taking all these commissions from us, right? So we are going to entirely eliminate the intermediaries. The third-party people, we will eliminate it. So what happens here? Instead of the blockchain technology, smart contract centers. So a lender is there. Sorry, a buyer is there or a seller is there, and they are publishing that this land is for available for sale. So the seller will automatically contact the buyer, and directly they will be fixing up the cost. They will say like, okay, I am purchasing it for 10 lakhs. So 10 lakhs, if the both of them are agreeing, a contract will be sent. They both will be signing it digitally, and then once the contract is finalized, there is no intermediary over here. There is no additional commission you are paying it. Whatever the land cost, the same cost only we are going to get. And through this, the entire process, the entire time that is going to take for completing the registration process is going to be less in this one. And there is no additional money involved in it for the third party person, right? So there will be another one question for you. How come this is going to work with the government? How am I going to register my land with the, I mean, somewhere you have to register, right? You have to register the land from that person. I have got it to my name, and that has to be registered in the register office, government register office. How is it going to be happening? So for that also, the entire DeFi system will be helping. Like all the government agencies, if you are planning to make it as a complete decentralized concept, then all the government register office will also be involved in this, along with the buyer and seller. Right now you can see Magic Bricks and 99acres and all, how it is functioning. Buyers are there, sellers are there, and we directly connect with them. And then once everything is done, you have to go to the register office. But 99acres and Magic Bricks and all, they will be charging the brokerage for them. If the land is getting done, or if you're buying a property through their platform, then a brokerage is charged. So in that case, here in DeFi concept, it's better to connect it with the entire contract, smart contract technology. So wherein it becomes easier for everyone, no intermediaries, no additional commissions are given. Once everything is done, then the contract will be submitted, the land deed will become completed, and finally you will get the land for yourself. But here for this, government should also enter in. It is not possible for us to do as a private agency, because land registration and selling and all, from when you are transferring from one person to another person, obviously a government registration has to be done. So thinking in that concept, you can put entire thing in the blockchain part. Okay, so how it happens? Traditional financial system is like this. So a center is there, bank will be there, payment companies will be there, receiver will be there, receiver will be there. So things like this, you are planning to send money from India to US. So what happens? You have to go to the exchange, you have to convert it to the current exchange format. The current exchange value rate is 80 rupees, means the exchange will be charging only 75 rupees. Or the exchange will be charging 85 rupees, something like that. And you have to pay additional money for that. And then you have to put your friend's address or whatever address you want, and then the money will be sent. Immediately will it be sent? It will take 2-3 days, or a particular timeline will be given. Then only the person will be receiving it, either in their bank or else through Western Union or Money Union, whatever it is. But when you try to use a decentralized finances, think about transferring cryptos or USD, stable coins, cryptos, or anything to your friend directly who is sitting in somewhere the other side of the country. Even if you are in Antarctica, also no problem. The Antarctica, sometimes bank is not there, going to be there, but definitely you will have your wallet, right? All your digital decentralized wallet, people will be having it. So anywhere you sit, no problem. I can send the cryptos to you directly through the wallet address. So what happens here? A sender is there. He is connected through the network system, connected distributed system, and the receiver will get the money. Where bank is involved here? Is any bank involved? No, right? But the network is the one which is going to help us in transferring these cryptos, and your wallet is the one which is going to help you to hold all your cryptos. Got it? So this is what we call it as decentralized finances. This you can use it in, this is the idea. In the idea of this money, you can think it up for insurance, claiming insurance. And if the insurance claim, it is taking a lot of time. When it is kind of Mediclaim or whatever it is, people are asking for so many things. And take about health system. You are in UK, here in India, and you wanted to fly to US for some kind of medical emergency, means here also you have to take all the tests, and there also you have to take all the tests. That doctor over there in US will give some other medication. The doctor over here in India would have given some other medication, and they won't be knowing what is happening. So automatically what happens? We have to follow the steps again and again when we move from one country to another country. Instead of that, why not put everything under a decentralized concept? Even your health industry can come under decentralized concept. So you have your entire health history in your wallet. Even when you travel from one end to another end, people will view that wallet. They will be understanding what exactly is happening for this person, what symptoms was there, whether what the doctor has prescribed. These two doctors can communicate. They can come to one conclusion, and finally they can finalize what type of surgery is required for this person or not. Right? So in this case, there is no need for us to go on with several different types of processing. Here one insurance is going to be there, there one insurance is going to be there. And how is it possible for a person who doesn't want to go suffer all these things? It is better to decentralize everything so that in many ways there won't be any problem for our common man or for any other application users to go on for a longer time process. So that's one of the major reasons why DeFi came into existence. But all these things you think in the form of blockchain. Again and again, I'm repeating, all these things will be written through smart contracts only. The next most important thing is decentralized application, or sorry, decentralized autonomous organization. So you know what autonomous organization is. Decentralization also you know. How this decentralized autonomous organization is going to help. See, one thing with the DAO, we call it as DAO. So what does this DAO means? DAO is a community. You choose your own people, you vote for them, you give them all clear instructions, and the whole organization will be controlled by that particular member. And if that member is not performing well, another person will be appointed. So in a concept, think it in voting system for India. India voting system, DAO concept, how is it going to be? So our country is going to be a smart economy. Think like this, smart voting system. If right now what we are doing, we will be provided with a booth token or whatever it is, and then Aadhaar card, we have to show it, and we have to stand in the queue, and you have to come to that particular place, right? If you are in Coimbatore, if you are in Coimbatore, means you have to come to Coimbatore. If you are sitting in Kashmir and then if you wanting to vote for Tamil Nadu election, it is not possible. You have to come over to that place. Even in the, I mean, inside India, wherever the election is taking place, people have to go to that particular place and they have to vote it. This is one of the major drawback that we are facing, because a lot of people will be moving from one place to another place. They won't be having sufficient amount of time to come and vote. One thing. Second, voting the transparency, no, we are not having, right? So how to bring the transparency? So if I am not voting, automatically the vote should not be there, right? If I'm not voting, then the vote should not be processed there. But what happens here? If I'm not voting, now somebody else is voting on my behalf. அதுக்கு எவ்வளவோ மெத்தட்ஸ் எல்லாம் வேரியஸ் வேஸ் எல்லாம் இருக்கு. We are not going to discuss about it. But how are we going to make it as a fully smart economy, and how are we going to make it as one of the best voting system? எப்படி நம்ம வைக்கிறது? And think in this way, when you are trying to use DAO, decentralized autonomous organization, the whole country comes under that one single organization, where every citizen will be provided a token. Aadhaar card இருக்கிற மாதிரி, you will be provided a token. You will be provided with your own wallet. That wallet will be accessed only by you. அது fingerprint இருக்கலாம், அது என்ன வேணாலும் வச்சுக்கலாம். So that wallet can be that wallet is going to be a decentralized wallet, or it can be a centralized wallet also. But you will be provided with a token for everything. The person who is kind of going to be nominated, that person will have their own token, and the government officials will have their own token. As a citizen of our country, we will have our own token. So once the date is announced, what happens? Everybody will be able to enter into this DAO wherever you are. You have your wallet address and your token. Enter into it. You can see all the nominated people, all the people those who are planning to stand for the election. You will be seeing all those people over there, and their symbol or whatever it is will be there. With the help of the token, you will be like kind of voting to that particular person. Once the vote will end, token is invalid. That's it. Token is invalid. Automatically in the wallet, you will be saying, it will be providing that the person you have voted is this, and the token is being invalid. Repeat token now only you can't get it. One person, one token only. And that will be provided only with your wallet address. If you have a Paytm wallet or PhonePe or GPay wallet, if somebody else is able to use it, they will use with your, but if you are keeping the fingerprint or some biometric thing, if you are having it, it's a little bit hard. Unless and until hacking a software on the particular device you hack around. Other than that, a normal person won't be doing it, right? You will be having your own biometric authentication. Even if you give the phone to somebody else, with that biometric with their biometric thing, they won't be able to open it. So the same thing, you will be putting it in the DAO concept also. DAO concept voting to anything, even your whole organization, your institution can have their own DAO. All students, faculties, all higher management people will be given a token, and you will be able to access your own information like your education, your exams, your workshops, your internships, placements, everything will be transparent in there. The DAO itself is going to work as one of the separate blockchain. So the person will be able to control it. If control decentralized, there is no need for any controlling also. But when you think about as a voting concept in Porapo, it will be controlled by the government, but at the same time, nobody else other than me will be able to vote there. Because I have been given a token, my wallet is there. So in that case, voting will be transparent. No double voting will be provided. And people sitting anywhere in the country, they can come and vote, right? You need not go somewhere to your place and you need not vote it. So you can sit somewhere and even you can be in US and you can vote for our country. So this concept is something which is going to give you an idea of selecting your own leader or member through consensus. So consensus, if everybody agrees, then that particular person will be kind of selected. And that person will have an access to the entire organization. And if that person is doing some mistake, again, all the entire, if you think like this, somebody is doing a mistake and we are all in the DAO system, voting system in America, and as a citizen, we have all options to see what is happening in and around inside the country. Everything is getting displayed. So when you find that one person is not working well, so automatically you are like kind of raising a question. Likewise, so many people from that particular organization is raising. Easily they will be able to understand, okay, this person is not working properly. Either they have to take some action or else we have to remove that person out. So when we remove that person out, the best next possibility, and again you keep a vote and then you choose another one, right? So this happens not only for the country, it happens for every single organization. which is having a lot of employees, so a lot of resources இருக்கிற கம்பெனிஸ்க்கு வந்து this Dow, it's very very helpful. Logistics supply chains use பண்றாங்க, health insurance use பண்றாங்க. So Dow is completely an autonomous organization wherein you elect the people as and when they progress. And when you feel like that person is not doing well, the entire team will be again conducting a vote, and then they will be electing another one person. Okay, this is what Dow means. So yeah, these are all these things I have showed you. This is how it works. So decentralized account, traditional way, you can see how it goes. There is no communication between the lowest non-management to CEO account. Definitely there won't be any communication, because what is happening in the upper level, nobody will be knowing. So namakku vandu enna, at the bottom level, whatever we are doing, we'll be doing it as such. But when it comes to decentralized organization, you can see lot of people are kind of connected. Everybody will be knowing what the other one is doing, and the consensus will be there. If somebody is doing anything wrong, immediately everybody will be identified, and they will be like kind of trying to take some actions on that. Got it? So this is what decentralized autonomous organization is. So on the whole, we have got some idea about it on the voting. So when you take Ethereum down for election example, like how it works. Ethereum, I mean, till now, not many countries have been formulating it, because off the record, you know very well why they won't be allowing it, right? So, but still, it's an idea. If it is kind of coming up, it becomes one of the most easiest and the most transparent type of voting methods that happens in the country. Yeah. So with all these things, we have just come across major things. We have seen blockchain along with several other things. Let me go inside cryptocurrency. Yeah, fine. So we have seen blockchain, we have seen NFT, we have seen DAO, we have seen DeFi. Now we have seen, but how it all came. Blockchain and the concept, it didn't come immediately. It came with the concept of cryptocurrency. It came with the concept of cryptocurrency. So we'll be understanding what is cryptocurrency. IC1 and IDO and crypto mining and we'll see the process of exchange and trading. So the main thing is like, yeah. So cryptocurrency, it's just a simple history, I'll say it. During 2009-2008, on the Satoshi Nakamoto, some anonymous person, he initiated this kind of concept. He wanted to do some peer-to-peer virtual currency transfer, so that the currency transferring of currency is going to be at a faster rate. So what type of technology he used? He used blockchain technology, but not for an application purpose. He was merely using it as a kind of transactional purpose. So that cryptocurrency, you can say it as why cryptocurrency? Crypto means false, as well as crypto means cryptography. What is cryptography? Kind of encryption, decryption. So a currency is kind of encrypted and decrypted. You buy a cryptocurrency using your public address. At one point of your, at your end, you will be like kind of encrypting, and then when it's sent to the other end, it is getting decrypted, where nobody else in the middle, they are not going to take anything from that, right? When you are trying to transfer, that is not possible. You will put, if you are putting a correct address, then obviously the money gets deposited into that address. The problem is, at least in bank, if your account number is not proper, if your IFSC code is not proper, the money will be returning back to your bank account itself. But cryptocurrency, it is not going to happen. If you are like kind of putting a wrong address or the address that is not available, your currency will be lost. That's all. You can't take it back. How it got nobody will be knowing it. So thrice you have to check the address, whether the address is correct or not. You will be having a 16-digit address, and you have to check that whether the address of the address to the receiver end is correct or not. At the same time, every cryptocurrency will be having some network to transfer. Network transferring of that network is also important. If you are trying to transfer Ether, Ethereum network, you have to transfer. Or else if you are planning to transfer with some other network, again currency is lost. So make sure that you don't do such things. Twice or thrice you have to think about when you are transferring it. So as I said, it's kind of an peer-to-peer electronic transfer use on this Bitcoin. Still now we are thinking that Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency, but not like that. Every single token can become a cryptocurrency. So we need to understand what is token and cryptocurrency. So in a token, something like we are providing a token, right? When you go to it's like a kind of a ticket format. Like you will be issued, and if you are planning to use it in any other places, you can use it. The token will be valid for certain period of time. Again, you have to buy another one token. So when you are trying to go ahead with, this is a simple definition. I'm just moving on with ICO so that I can say these things. Yeah, this one I'll say it and then I'll move on to the next one. See, token is something the raw level, that is the first level. First level, you can't create it as a cryptocurrency. If I wanted to create a KPR currency, KPR cryptocurrency, create it has to be having a token first. First, you have to create a KPR token. So that token should be created in such a format that it has to be distributed to the public. So think about your shares and trade, IPO. Have you heard of IPO, initial public offering? Share like. So if a company wants to sell their shares, first time they are planning to enter into the market, whatever the value they have been having, they will be distributing it in the concept of IPO for certain period of time. For whom? To the public, right? They will fix one value and then they will initiate it to the public. They will they'll ask the public to buy the IPO. IPO is initial public offering. So a particular period of time and IPO available. Let us take 70 rupees, one IPO. One IPO share is 70 rupees means then you will be buying it 100 rupees. Then after some months, once that window period is over, that company will be listing that share in the original share market. That is in the stock level, exchange level, they will be releasing it. So what happens here? Either the share will be like under whatever in the initial value 70 rupees, we would have got it. List 170 rupees to list. So what happens here? Whoever has bought the share during that IPO, they may be selling it or some new people may be buying it. So this is the concept when it happens when you are dealing with share. The same thing over here also we call it as initial coin offering. In the coin offering, if you want to make your token available in the exchange, we saw some exchange in the morning, right? CoinDCX. Likewise, you have WazirX, Binance. So many different exchanges are there. If you want to place your cryptocurrency in these exchanges, then your token has to be converted into currency. How? For that, you have to create a website and you have to say to people that, see, I am going to distribute the token and whoever wants or interested in buying the token, they can buy it. How? For what? We have to give the features. What is the reason why you are selling the token? And what is the advantage of getting the token? Are we going to get a higher income through that? All the advantages you have to list in buying the token. People will be seeing it and they will be getting the token, paying it in INR or paying it in USD. That depends upon the company who is distributing it. So for next time, once the token is distributed, you will be holding the token for some period of time. So in this period of time, some companies may be giving you some kind of bonus for holding the token, or some company will be giving you some kind of dividends or something else. So once after that happens, what is the next step is now the particular token that has been distributed, it will be like kind of entering into the exchange. So you have to get the permission to the exchange. Exchange is the permission one, whether it is Binance or CoinDCX or WazirX, whatever may be, you have to get the permission from the exchange. So what? Saying that, see, I am a very genuine company. I am going to distribute this for this purpose. And I have already distributed some tokens to my community members. And we wanted to place it as a cryptocurrency in the market. So it will take 4 months of time for the Binance or for the exchange to confirm it. And then they will be confirming the process. Once it is getting confirmed, now your token will be listed in the exchange. That moment you will call it as cryptocurrency. No, as so as ma'am was pointing out, when you are trying to use this IPO, initial public offering, SEBI is the one which is going to regulate all these things, and they have a certain guideline values. But we have been seeing it right from the beginning. Crypto doesn't have any regulation. So what happens here, whether it is ICO or IDO, initial coin offering or initial DEX offering, there is no regulations going to be taken care of. Only the exchange will be coming up to you, asking you what are all the reasons why are you trying to convert it as a cryptocurrency, what are all the features that you are doing it. But nobody is going to have any regulatory body in this. So because of no, no, ma'am. No standard is there. That is the reason the problem is many scamming was happening because there is no regulatory body. ICO, see, in ICO, there is one problem. Every money, whatever you are collecting it through the token distribution, will be held by, that will be held by me or by my company. And when I am trying to approach the exchange, that is depending upon me. I got a lot of money, means immediately I can shut down the company and I can go away. And there is no particular regulatory to check all these things, which happens in ICO because the complete token is going to get published in the exchange and the time taken for that is 4 months. Within this 4 months, anything can happen. I can change my mind and I can run away with the money, or somebody will be waiting for that period of time, and once it gets uploaded in as an exchange, then they will continue the process. So many things are there, but lot of government has banned this ICO concept. ICO concept, if it is very important, only they are allowing it. Other than that, ICO, it is not possible. But what is the next step? Instead of ICO, we have something called IDO, that is initial DEX offering. So as I told you in the morning itself, we have 2 exchanges. One is centralized exchange, another one is decentralized exchange. What is decentralized exchange? Here, no authority is going to be there. Nobody is going to take control and everything is going to be decentralized. When it comes to decentralized exchange, here also token can be placed, but within 72 hours, the token will be converted into cryptocurrency. But for converting into cryptocurrency, you have to pay a liquidity fee. Whatever you have collected it from the user, from the members, I have distributed some tokens to you and you have paid the money to me. So in that, I'll be keeping like 75% or 50% or 40% of the money. I'll be giving it to the DEX exchange. Making it, the main reason is I need to add a liquidity pool. So why liquidity pool is important? Because I'm going to transfer, this token, whatever you are having right now, you will be like trading it, right? When you are trading it, how am I going to get it? Something has to be there in the market so that people can buy it and sell it. And for some period of time, somebody has to pool in these things. So DEX exchange is helping us to avoid these kind of scams. So launch pads are there, which will take care of all these things. And before you approach the launch pad, you have to pay that liquidity fee for them, wherein whatever you have collected, you have to pay it to that exchange. That money is our money, that token or the money that is going to be available in the exchange is our money only, but we won't be able to take it immediately. So in this case, what happens? It's an assurance. It's an assurance for the investor also that something is going to happen, something innovatively some company is trying to do it. So there won't be any scams. So that is the idea behind this ICO and IDO. But generally, before coming it into the exchange, you will call them as tokens. Then only you have to call them as currency. Okay. So the token will be calling, your original token will be in ERC20 format. If it is non-fungible token, you will be having it in ERC 720, 721 or 1155. Okay. These are the things that you will see. You will be having what is the project idea, what is the purpose of the token, what is the initial supply, and you have to have your own development marketing team to prepare a white paper document, create an ICO or IDO website, create the smart contract, and the marketing campaign happens. And then finally, when a lot of people started buying it, automatically your token will be published in the exchange, decentralized or centralized exchange. Okay. So in the meantime, we will move here and we will see certain things. The main thing, what is that? Mining. So this is something like kind of an way more important concept. Okay, let us think about blockchain. Think about the first diagram I showed you. You created a transaction and that transaction will be created as a block. That block will be moved to a validator, node validator. And that node validator will be like kind of creating a network. And from that network, you will be pushing it to the chain. And then finally transaction happens, right? that chain, how is it possible for me to take the block and put it in the chain? How will I know? Somebody has to be there, right? This network validation and all, the coding is doing it. I mean, the entire application is kind of doing it. But once the block is created, I have to, after the block is validated, I have to take the block and I have to place it in the chain. Now the hard part comes. How? How to place the chain? How to place it inside the chain? That is where we call someone called miner, M-I-N-E-R. So you know how gold is mined, right? People go to the gold mine and then they dig it and they get it out. They sell it in the market. Again, when the gold is kind of decreasing, again people go there, they'll dig it, then again they'll do it, right? The same way here crypto is also mined, whether it is Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever it is mined. Those who are doing it, we call them as miners. Initially, it was done through human, like us, people were doing, but now systems are doing it. The reason is it takes a lot of electricity, high-end systems are needed, rigging takes place over there. So rigging systems will be there, like your hosting servers, how big servers and all is there. The same way for mining also, this kind of servers are created. So what is the advantage? Whenever I try to push the block inside the chain, as a miner, I will be rewarded with Bitcoin or I will be rewarded with Ethereum. So you think it's a mathematical puzzle. When or who or how, we don't know. But a lot of people will be working on that. They will be like kind of sitting for days and hours. They will be like kind of checking out the puzzle. The mathematical puzzle has been solved and then it has to be pushed into the chain. So when you do that, automatically 0.005 BTC or 0.025 Ethereum will be provided to you. For example, I'm saying, depending on the Ethereum value, it gets changed. Depending upon the Bitcoin, it gets changed. Bitcoin, as per Bitcoin, it is only 21 million Bitcoin is available. It's not an unlimited supply. Only 21 million is available. And within 2-3 years, that Bitcoin also will be completed. So what happens now once the Bitcoin gets completed means there is no possibility for us to mine again and again. So you have to use the Bitcoin that is available in the market. So whoever is buying, the person has to sell. If they are not selling, the Bitcoin value will be high and you have to wait for until the person sells it. So since right now what happens is people are kind of mining it, and every time when a block is created and the new Bitcoin is mined and then it is out in the supply. So here, another one important thing is that since these people, I mean, whoever is mining, they are getting paid. How they are getting paid? Through an algorithm called proof of work. I do the work, I am paid, I'm getting the payment. So how it is kind of checking it? So once the particular block is connected in the chain, transaction is completed. Whoever is kind of doing the transaction, their address will be there. To that address, the Bitcoin or whatever, Ethereum or whatever it is will be transferred. So mining is one of the most important concepts when it comes to cryptocurrency or else in blockchain also. Understood? So you can see what is the difference between cryptocurrency and fiat currency. It is a purely digital format cryptocurrency. Fiat currency is a typical form. Value is gained through demand and supply. This one, central bank. And limited supply on some are unlimited. Virtually, it is unlimited only. And you can see cryptocurrency as decentralized. Fiat is a centralized one. So this is the idea behind blockchain and cryptocurrency. So any queries? So I know very well, like a lot of things you might have been learning, and totally you might be overwhelmed also with that. But with this 1 day of time limit, I just gave you an introduction. That's it. I'm not saying like completely you will be able to understand and become pro in that, but at least you would have gained some knowledge on this current technology. See, when you might be hearing about metaverse and that, metaverse, Web3, metaverse and all, it's using blockchain only. So without blockchain, it is not possible for any other future technology to work, because the entire society has tasted the glimpse of using blockchain and how transparently it is working and how immutable it is. So even new technology, when it comes, without the concept of blockchain technology, it is not possible for the other technology to grow. Whether you are interested in data science also, even the data science, still it can be used connected with the blockchain concept. So AI, anything, whatever may be the upcoming technologies, still blockchain, people will be wanting to fit blockchain inside that. So I think that you have understood certain information from today's session. Any queries? We can go for some question session and then we can wind up the workshop. Anybody? Anybody are clear? Yeah. See, my kind advice is start reading certain things by yourself so that you will be able to understand a little bit more. I just wanted to give you some insights on how to start or where to start. If you are planning to become a blockchain developer, it's not only blockchain developer, you can become a blockchain consultant, you can become an advisor, you can become a developer, you can become a marketing person also. Blockchain marketing also, it's one of the biggest opportunities that you can get it in this particular field. So if you are planning to become a developer, consultant or advisor, whatever it is, understand the basic idea of it, understand the practical concept of it, start learning Solidity. You have a lot of resources, start learning Solidity, step by step you can go with that. Practically use it and see, as I told, like you have a remix editor also, you can use it through that. And with the help of that, slowly you kind of move towards your deployment process. So you can move towards the deployment, that too with the help of remix itself. There is no need to install anything. I mean, don't get confused by installing the complete Visual Studio Code, complete installation of Ethereum. Those things are not required. Keep it very simple. This technology is not very complex and all, but repeated understanding is required, because when it comes to mining, when you think about deployment or when you think about writing a contract, that is where you have to be little bit cautious. Okay, but spending 1 hour daily, starting from Solidity programming language, trying to use and practically deploy it using your Remix IDE, it is far enough. That is like, that will be good as of now. Then slowly you can move to other programming languages. But the entire working idea, you have to have that touch. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. If anybody is having doubts,
so good evening to everyone. On behalf of School of Management Department of BBA, I thank personally to today's resource person, Manjuri Anand, for taking a one-day session on cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, all those things you have cleared, ma'am. Thank you so much. Students, really, I want to say a few words. When I were in a graduate, when I was studying my UG, I didn't get these opportunities regarding an updations. I want to run and I want to search the newspaper. I want to come back with the updations. But you guys are sitting in the AC hall and getting all the updations within a one day. And you just go and see the books. If you are reading the regarding in cryptocurrencies or blockchain, you never get what the book says you. It is very difficult. Reading a one time is not an easy and getting an information, right? That's a right? So taking a book and reading for 2 or 3 times only, you may get a small information regarding Bitcoins or cryptocurrency. But one day session will give the fundamental, at least fundamental basic concepts of the cryptocurrencies or maybe an blockchain. It will be helpful for you while you're going for a placement, and sometimes you may get an interest towards the particular topic also. So maybe you can have a small basic idea and you'll be entering into the particular domain. So that, see please. So this is where our basic idea why we are bringing all those workshops to you. So I hope this one-day workshop will benefit for you and it will be take you to an next level. Thanks for Hindustan College, Kritika ma'am, for coming here, and Hindustan students also. Thank you so much, and all our all other departments who have full day you are there. Thank you so much. See, the e-certificates will be provided tomorrow by evening. We'll be sending the e-certificates to your mail. Anything queries, you can ask me. participants, we are sending the feedback link to your WhatsApp. Kindly fill the feedback link and send to us. Thank you. See, students, you can move to your respective class and you can take your bags and you can leave, whatever your department says. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Go back to the school. Retain back. BB, CE students can kindly retain back.